I was considering opening the podcast by going, clap.
Clap.
Time travel is weird.
Yes.
It's an interesting concept.
It's very weird.
I don't know why, but I feel like we're in an age where we're just seeing a lot more of these time travel and multiverse movies.
It's an easy way to unlock the nostalgia from audiences, I feel.
But we weren't like this 10 years ago.
No, that's because I feel like we're at that brink of nostalgia that we will literally get anything from the past and revive it.
Welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast in our all-new studio. We got a studio, guys.
We got a studio.
Hell yeah. No, we didn't. We're fucking poor. This podcast hasn't taken off yet.
Well, thanks for saying that, Josh.
Hey, we hungry.
We hungry.
It'll be nice to look back on this when we finally make it.
Yeah, honestly, it's a nice place. It's a little warm, but
Yeah, we're in a friggin' warm-ass theater right now. We're filming at my apartment today.
Yeah.
And now that I think about it, maybe it wouldn't have been a bad idea to film in my living room.
Well, we already set it up,
There was
Josh.
air conditioning there.
We already
damn
set
it.
up, so
I know. I was just
we're past
things
that.
that pop into my head as soon as the cameras start rolling. So
Yeah.
if this is your first time watching our channel, welcome to the Real Talk Podcast. We like to talk about movies. If you enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe, share it with your friends, maybe leave a comment so that we can interact with you. Is there anything else? Oh, yes. Check out our Instagram. Check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel.
Yep.
And without further ado,
We're gonna talk about another movie.
called Morbius.
Shut up! No, not Morbius, dude. It made more $1 billion. Did you hear about that? I said that joke 5 times before we started rolling.
And I told Kristen to take him home 5 times.
Whatever.
But on the real, what
the fuck was that? On the real.
on the real, it's kind of like what did I do at the bar earlier? I was like,
No, when I told you, it was like, how was Jurassic World Dominion? You're like, and I'm like, oh shit. It was like,
what
it was
I drinking?
terrible.
A fizzy or something, or a Lizzie or something. so Lightyear.
Lightyear was
So
the movie.
what did you think? We saw Lightyear this week. What
We
did
saw
you think of it?
Lightyear. Wow, we're really going into it, huh?
That's why we started rolling.
Sorry, I was just like, so what'd you think of Lightyear?
Yeah, that's kind of how we do podcasts on films.
You know, Josh, sometimes we transition better than that. Anyways, Lightyear was pretty okay.
It was
okay.
It was above average. Like,
Yeah, I would call it above average. Yeah.
In no way does it come close to the likes of Toy Story 3, Toy Story 1, even Toy Story 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, well,
It was different, and I liked it.
I do have opinions over the Toy Story franchise as a whole. Like, in my personal opinion, Toy Story 1 and 2 are the best. Like, those are like the gold standard on the franchise. And Lightyear just comes off as a very bizarre spin-off, in my opinion.
I noticed that we haven't talked about Toy Story 4 yet. We didn't say anything about Toy Story. I forgot there
Do
was
you want to talk about Toy Story 4? Because
Not yet. Let's focus on
let's
Lightyear.
focus on Lightyear.
For the 2 minutes that the people average watching our channel. Straight to the point. Buzz Lightyear was mid.
Was mid. If you're like the 2 minute subscribers,
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear was mid. That's all we really had to say about it.
Back in the night. We should have a theme outro.
Back in the 90s.
I was on a very famous TV show. This is the antics we're supposed to do before the podcast.
Freaking sweating, man.
Same. We're going to look
So-
sweaty like a Michael Bay film.
I guess going deeper into Lightyear,
Yeah.
this is a spin-off of the Toy Story franchise.
Really?
So the title... Okay.
My friend.
I think I just rebooted.
Oh,
So Lightyear.
Lightyear.
It starts off with, in 1995, Andy was playing with a toy from his favorite movie. This was that movie. And I was so confused.
Did I walk into the wrong movie theater?
That was literally the start
Yeah,
of the movie.
I know.
And I was so confused because I was like, what 1995 film looks like this or even has this type of storytelling? I don't think so. But that's just a nitpick.
Okay. Go on.
The overall film, I felt like had a lot of promise with its concept.
Yeah.
The first half I enjoyed much more than the second half. I felt
agree.
like the first half was far more emotional, more creative, and it delved into the character of Buzz a lot more creative than I expected it to.
Yeah.
Then the second half was kind of what I expected the movie to be, which was the typical sci-fi space action that doesn't really
Yeah.
go anywhere.
I was considering opening the podcast by going, clap.
Clap.
Time travel is weird.
Yes.
It's an interesting concept.
It's very weird.
I don't know why, but I feel like we're in an age where we're just seeing a lot more of these time travel and multiverse movies.
It's an easy way to unlock the nostalgia from audiences, I feel.
But we weren't like this 10 years ago.
No, that's because like I feel like we're at that brink of nostalgia that we will literally get anything from the past and revive it. Whether it be actors from Jurassic Park in the new Jurassic movie, whether we do a revision of the Toy Story franchise, because we can't make Toy Story 5. They're still waiting another few years for that, so they're like, "Oh, let's do Buzz."
I was about to say, like, we can't make Toy Story 5. Are you stupid? They're going to make one.
They are, but they're gonna wait.
Yeah, actually, I'm on the Wikipedia right now. And
Yeah.
they're definitely making a second Buzz Lightyear movie.
No,
well,
they're
no,
not.
never mind.
No, if you
They
looked
would
at
have.
yeah,
They definitely set it up, but box office
came
money
up,
controls everything.
and a little piece of turd called Jurassic World Dominion made more money than it. So
why do you keep bringing up Jurassic World Dominion? I didn't like that movie, man.
neither did I. Well, I didn't even watch it because it looked like shit.
I saw the first trailer and I was like, this is gonna be fun to watch. And then I was bored at night a few nights ago, and I was
Yeah.
like, let me check out that new movie on my laptop. Watch it. I'm just like, I'm so
Yeah.
glad I didn't spend $7 on this.
Yeah, no. But with Lightyear, I feel like there's another thing that I was researching about the movie is how controversial it is for the sake of, I don't know, like little nitpicks. I feel like you have to dive deeper into what the story is about and how well it's told.
What do you mean by controversial?
Like, I don't know. People are so diehard fans of Toy Story that anything that is remotely different
Really?
from the source material is like,
Yeah.
this isn't like the show.
There was a show.
Yeah, you didn't know Buzz Lightyear Star Command? It was like a show in between Toy Story 2 and 3. It was like the early 2000s.
Oh.
I think Patrick Warburton was the voice actor
Of
as
Buzz?
Hey Woody.
Oh my God.
It's me, Buzz.
No.
I'm
no,
Buzz
that's
Lightyear
not.
Star Command.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna watch that show now. Thanks.
It's iconic, but okay.
Is it?
Well, I know friends who watched it as a kid, so
Oh, I see.
it has its fans. But regardless, this Lightyear movie has nothing to do with the show. It has nothing to do with the Toy Story franchise. It's its own thing.
Gotcha. I mean, I enjoyed Chris Evans' voice a little bit more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
I think, have we talked about the Lightyear movie on the podcast before? Like talking about, it's
I
coming
don't
out?
think so. I feel like the marketing for it was very like okay. It wasn't like big. It was like, oh yeah, the Lightyear. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing the first trailer, and I was actually pretty hyped for that. Like, they did a really good job with that first trailer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As somebody that doesn't study film.
I mean,
I just like it.
it had its moments.
think it's neat.
It didn't look like a bad trailer. It had some promising things to offer.
Yeah. I was interested. That first trailer sold me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I
I
mean,
was just like, you know what? I liked Buzz Lightyear as a kid. I had a toy.
yeah. Oh yeah, same. I had a Buzz Lightyear toy.
I had a Buzz Lightyear toy that would not fit into my Buzz Lightyear space shuttle, which pissed me off as a kid. And then I remember watching the first Toy Story movie, and I'm like, why doesn't he do the things that he does in the movie? Why does his wings open up like that? It should be opening up like the movie.
Buzz Lightyear, the world's greatest toy.
My ears.
Remember that that was a funny scene. Like I like that, but also the scene itself from that movie was so fucking emotional.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Coming
it
to
was
terms with his.
He's like,
I'm not a Star Command.
but no, it can't be true. I could fly if I want. And he like,
Yeah.
and yeah. It doesn't have that emotion within Lightyear.
Yeah.
It tries something different. Which, speaking of time travel, I know we kind of derailed a bit, but with the time travel concept, I think it's done pretty well in this.
Yeah.
Because I like how it incorporates Buzz's character and how he's like, no, I need to get this done. I need to get it done right. So it's like if you want to explain it.
No, it's fine. You can go on. I was just thinking, like, because I remember thinking in the theater, because we didn't watch this together, by the way. Like,
No.
We might have set it up like we watched it together. Like, no,
Yeah.
I watched it by myself a few days ago. You watched it. When did you watch it?
I saw it Sunday morning.
Sunday. Today's Friday, so last.
Yeah,
Oh,
last
okay.
Sunday. I saw it. I've never done this before, so I saw this 10:30 a.m. Sunday.
Wow.
I saw the earliest showtime because I was like, hey, $9?
That's a way to ruin your day quickly.
No, it was actually pretty good. I just
I know.
I had a water bottle. There was like 2 other families, and they were quiet. The kids weren't loud.
Yeah.
It was great. I watched it. I left the theater before noon. It was surreal.
How long is this movie, by the way? I can't.
I think it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, 105 minutes.
Yeah. So
it's
I
not
got
that
back
bad.
home and I had my lunch. I was like, this is weird. I've never gone out of a theater and it's still light outside.
Really?
I'm always so used to like getting like 5, 6 p.m. show times.
Really?
Maybe even later. Sometimes later.
Oh, I usually go to the theater in like midday.
Oh, really? Like,
Yeah, I
what time
don't-
did you watch this one?
I think I got like a 2 o'clock-ish showing.
Oh, okay.
Like
That's
around
not
2
bad.
o'clock. Like I can't remember the exact time. It wasn't just 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
but like I was like, I need to watch this, and I'm not super into it. Like as in, like I wasn't like looking forward to this the same way I was looking forward to something like, I don't know, Endgame or The Northman.
Well, no, those films are.
Those were like I made my days
Epics.
surround that. But Lightyear was more like I had to do something for the day, and then when I finished it, I was like, okay, let's think about this for a second so I can have something to talk about on the podcast, and then I went on with my day.
I felt like a critic. You know how critics sometimes they have to go to movies they don't want to? It's like,
Yeah.
well, it's a job because that's your job. You
Well,
have
yeah,
to
that's how
judge. So I didn't have like a notepad, but like I was definitely like judging like, okay.
Yeah, I definitely do
See.
that more often now with movies, unfortunately, because it kind of ruins the movie experience. But starting a podcast has kind of made me more analytic when I
Yeah.
watch movies. I'm just like, how can I speak about this on the podcast?
There's things to discuss now because of that. You have that in your mind.
yeah.
And you're just like,
for example, like I was watching The Boys last night. And I watched The Boys for pleasure. We don't talk about TV shows on this podcast. We
Right.
we haven't talked about Obi-Wan. We don't talk about The Boys.
no, there's too many fucking shows. That's why, and I don't have time to watch any of them.
But I remember watching The Boys last night, and I was just lying down in my bed like, these episodes have gone pretty melodramatic. There's like the melodrama has been dialed up a little bit, and I don't know how I feel about that.
yeah.
But Boys is a great show. But moving back to Lightyear.
Lightyear.
I remember sitting in the theater and being like, this is like Interstellar, kinda. Like in the sense of like it keeps going back and time keeps
Interstellar
passing.
meets Up,
Yeah.
and yeah,
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good
I
way.
would say so because like,
But not as good as either.
no.
Well, then again, you don't really love Interstellar as much as I do.
But I feel like Interstellar incorporated those emotional scenes far better. Like I always remember Matthew McConaughey watching those video clips
That made
as
me-
they got. Oh yeah.
I remember I almost cried.
Yeah. Well, the Lightyear movie almost got me too when it's like that montage. It's probably my favorite scene in the entire film is that
Yeah.
montage of him flying back in time. So the whole concept of this scene is
Yeah.
he needs to get the specific crystal in order for the big spaceship to work.
Yeah.
So he practices. So he's like, all right, let me do one through, and he fails. But because of that, he goes forward 4 years because of how fast he's going.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, I need to succeed. And he tells his friend that. And she's like, all right, well, I don't know if you should. And he keeps on doing it. And then, like, the sequence is very beautiful because you see him cut back to her as she gets older and older.
Yeah.
She has her
Her kid.
her kid,
Her significant other.
anniversaries, everything like that. And then, boom, like, the next time he opens the door and she's not there anymore. And it's
Yeah.
like, it gets like, I loved that whole sequence and even the video message.
Yeah.
She's like, I know I'm not going to see you, so here's a video message to tell you this. And it's like so heartbreaking that I love it. I feel like if that's all it was and then they had a better end,
Yeah.
I would have loved this film even more.
Yeah, so speaking of the end, spoiler alert, first of all, you've been warned.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about the main villain and his secret identity.
Zurg. Okay, I'm curious what your thoughts on this twist are because I've heard both sides, both positive
I
and
thought it
negative.
was so like. Immediately, I was like, oh my god, I got Flash Season 3 vibes. Did you watch The Flash?
I stopped after season 2 because it.
Oh, okay, Flash Season 3. Spoilers if you haven't watched a fucking like 7-year-old show. But the villain
Did
of
they
the
do that?
the villain of the third season is Savitar, and he's always like, I am the future Flash. And Barry's like, who the fuck is Savitar? And then
Yeah.
at the like 3 episodes before the finale, Savitar finally reveals himself, and it's a future version of Barry.
Oh. Did they put makeup on him?
Yeah. They made him look
Oh.
like a fucking pizza.
No.
I'll show you a picture afterwards.
Oh no.
But when Zurg was like, I'm a version of you from the future and yada yada, or whatever
Yeah.
the explanation was, I was like, Barry? Barry Allen? I was like, oh, Jesus. But I will say it handled it better than a CW show than The Flash.
Well,
because
the message I felt like worked well with the twist, which is basically if Buzz kept on working on his own instead of working with others and stuff,
Yeah.
then he would remain isolated and not caring for anyone.
Yeah,
He would
he-
essentially be so egotistical that it
Yeah,
wouldn't
when
matter.
when you spend that much time alone
Yeah.
with yourself, you grow apathetic, and
Yeah.
it reflects in your actions.
And it's a great message for kids.
Definitely.
I find it refreshing.
forget that it's a kids'
right,
movie.
Right. That's why I'm saying like people who nitpick this film in specific areas, it's like people who are much older than
Yeah.
the general audience for a movie like this.
It's like people who are triggered at Kung Fu Panda 3 for being the funny one. I'm
Oh,
like, do you guys
God.
remember that this movie's like
It's for
directed for
kids.
like 10-year-olds?
Yeah, it's a family movie, and I feel like it's a good message for not only kids but also like adults in a way that's not man-children nostalgia.
Yeah.
What the heck? I wanted him to be like Tim Allen's. Well, Tim Allen was the toy Buzz Lightyear. This is supposed to be like
The real Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
I will say though that I would have rather have Tim Allen's voice.
Yeah.
I don't know. He has that like I don't know if it's raspy kind of raspy
To
voice.
infinity and beyond. He sounds more. I don't know if it's.
He has more like gravitas behind his voice.
Yes.
Like I've recently been watching Last Man Standing.
Oh,
That's
really?
yeah.
I'm impressed. I don't know anybody who's seen that show.
Really?
Yeah, Last Man Standing. Yeah.
My parents love that show, and I like it because I love Tim Allen.
Did you watch Home Improvement before the show?
No, are they
Okay.
connected?
No, it's just another Tim Allen sitcom that lasted 10 seasons. Last Man
no.
Standing is the same way.
Yeah, because I don't know. I was just on Disney Plus, and I was like, I don't know what to watch.
It's on
and then I was
Disney
like,
Plus?
Yeah.
Huh.
Now you know.
I might check it out. Hell yeah.
But I don't know. I've always, ever since I was a kid, there was something about it. I just always loved Buzz's voice, and then I got older. I was like, oh, Tim Allen. I like his voice.
Yeah.
So
He has a very distinct voice, and I feel like
Definitely.
that even enhanced because he started out as a comedian, then he did Home Improvement. He was like America's dad.
yeah,
You know,
I think
comedians
you
like
have
that.
an iconic voice, Nevis.
Thank you very much, Josh. What am I going to voice? Woody in the spinoff?
Oh God.
There's a snake in my boot.
Oh God. They're gonna like the ending of the Woody's. What was that show Woody was in the second Toy Story?
Woody's
Roundup.
Roundup. Yeah.
I have to sing the song to know it.
Oh, okay. They're going to make it a Western that's like epic instead of it looking like a shitty 1950s
And they're gonna
show.
find a guy with the longest head they can.
Oh. Yeah, probably.
They're gonna cross over with Lightyear too. Like Lightyear's gonna land at the end of the movie. He's like, "I'm putting together a team.
Putting together a team.
And this is my crew."
This is my crew.
But no, I did like that whole like, you shouldn't spend your life alone.
Right.
You need like I forgot what video I was watching, and it was like talking about how like we are like as people we are not just who we are people that relate to one another. So the
Yeah.
people you hang out with, the people you spend time with, change the person you are. You know the whole saying like, oh, surround
Yeah.
yourself with the smartest people you know.
Mhm.
And I don't know that kind of like resonated with me, and I watched this movie and I was like, yeah, you know, you surround yourself with people and you grow as a person, you change as
Yeah.
a person, and you know, you don't turn out to be a maniacal, evil space lord.
Zurg, yeah.
Zurg.
Because unfortunately the robots couldn't pronounce Buzz, so he's like, I just, is that what he meant
What?
in the movie? Why did they call him Zurg
What do you mean Zurg?
in the
Like,
movie?
yeah, his
in
name's
Lightyear?
Zurg.
Yeah, but why?
Mm.
I thought they had a reason for it because he's like, oh yeah, they tried saying Buzz, but this is all I could come up with the robots, the yellow robots.
Oh,
You know?
I think
Was
it was
that
more of a writing decision. Like, we introduced Zurg in the second Toy Story, so that has to be the villain.
People got because one of my friends wasn't a huge fan of the twist because they're like, why couldn't it just be like, I am your father?
Yeah, I know.
And I'm thinking, well, that's because it's a joke. It's literally a one-note
it was
joke
a
from
huge,
Toy Story
like
2.
just a pop culture reference. You don't make a movie around a pop
No.
culture reference unless you're Spaceballs.
Yes. Spaceballs the T-shirt. Spaceballs the flamethrower. Sorry, I'm quoting
Use the
Spaceball.
Schwartz.
Use the Schwartz.
But we should do an episode on Spaceballs.
We should.
But moving on.
The second half of Lightyear, I felt really derailed. Like right after that whole sequence of him finding out that his friend, she passed away. Her granddaughter was still alive. That whole granddaughter subplot.
Did you get Top Gun flashbacks from that?
Yeah, but not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
It felt like a low-grade Top Gun version. Like, I will.
Well, I'm Goose's son, and I have the same mustache. Can't you tell?
I don't know. She just seemed like that. Not even her, just like the whole crew, like Taika Waititi. What the? Was there something on my face?
No.
Okay, sorry. I thought I felt
You're
something.
hallucinating because it's so hot in here.
No, Taika Waititi, the old lady, and her, and the robot that
cat robot?
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, the cat robot was fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those
one
three.
of one of the better like wacky sidekicks I've seen in a kids movie.
Yeah, not too crazy, but like
Yeah.
those three characters, I wasn't a huge fan of. I was just like, oh, they're just. Oh, okay. It feels like at times Buzz is like helping them too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I know where they're going with this. They're like, oh, if we work together, then we
like
can
an
save
episode
the
of
day.
Bob the Builder.
Oh my God, yeah.
Can we do it?
It's just
Yes, we can.
It went
I was
to
waiting for them to do that in the movie.
yeah, like literally, it felt so formulaic towards
Yeah.
the end. But
But let's talk about a movie that's not very formulaic. How about the greater Toy Story franchise?
Yeah.
Toy Story 1. Let's talk about Toy Story 1 for a
It's
second.
iconic. It came out in 1995,
Mhm.
and
At a time where the computers were not ready for it.
nope.
Not at all.
I
Not
will
at all, boy.
Not at all, boy. The toys were great. Like
Yeah.
they animated the toys pretty well.
The toys were fantastic. It was
It's
the
when they
humans.
cut. Oh my god, those human characters.
Andy was terrifying.
The fuck was up with that dog?
Even when I was a
man?
kid, it was
The
creeping
dog
me
was
out.
the worst.
The
The dog.
Oh, Sid's dog?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bro, that dog looked more like a toy than
Dude,
Woody and Buzz.
Andy looked scarier than Sid.
Yeah.
I feel like for the reason he looked scary is because they spent more time on Sid's character design and animating him rather than Andy, because Andy was only in it for like 2 seconds.
Also, his friends were also Andy.
Oh, yeah.
They just wore hats like, "Woo," and then his mom's probably looking at them like, what the fuck?
His dad's just like, ma'am, I have some questions.
Oh my gosh.
Toy Story 5.
My favorite line
Boogaloo.
in the first Toy Story is, "Oh, I've been ashamed. Years of academy wasted."
Speaking of which, we were talking about this beforehand. It's very sad and very disappointing that this movie did not include Buzz's "You are a sad, strange little man. You have my pity.
Farewell.
Farewell."
They did Not Today, Zurg, which I figured.
Yeah.
Not today, Zurg, and then he just fucking murders Zurg.
Well, no, he didn't.
Whatever.
Did you stick around for the post-credits?
No.
You didn't? So you don't know that Zurg's still alive?
Oh, he is?
He's still alive. Yeah, that's why I was saying it's set up a fucking sequel. They
like-
definitely assumed that this movie was going to gross more than... Its budget was $200 million.
You know what's sad is, like, I feel like Pixar would have had a better profit chance with Turning Red than Lightyear.
Yeah.
Because, like, Turning Red was a much better film.
I
in
didn't
my
want to
opinion.
watch it, and then Carrie watched it, and she was like, "You got to watch Turning Red," and I'm like,
It's
Okay.
a much better Toronto film than another film that's set in Toronto that we will be discussing in the future.
spoiler alert.
Hey,
Oh,
I didn't
boy.
say the title of the movie.
You said pretty much a quarter of it.
Toronto. I kind of did actually.
did, yeah.
Toy Story 1.
Yeah.
Shut up. Oh well. Okay.
Look at me, I'm smart.
I'm smart. Toy Story 1 is a classic. I loved the call. I just love the arcs that Woody and Buzz have in that. It's so
Yeah.
tightly knit.
It's a very good movie. It's a
classic.
It's a solid movie.
Yeah.
Toy Story 2 is my least favorite of
Get
the
the-
three. Of the three, I don't count the fourth. I don't.
Toy Story 2 is it probably is on par, if not better than the first one, in my opinion.
You know what? Actually, let me restate that. Toy Story 2 is my third favorite.
Okay, we will go into that. But why don't you like Toy Story 2 as much
I
as...
just never liked it as much as the other ones. I don't know why. The vibe just seemed off to me.
It was...
I watched these movies so many times when I was a kid. After we watched Toy Story 3 with my older brother, mind you, I didn't see the second Toy Story until after I saw Toy Story 3, because Toy Story 3 came out when I was 9.
So you never saw Toy Story 2?
No.
What the...
And then after that, my youngest brother was like, he was still a baby by then. He's like, I love Toy Story. So my older brother bought him the DVDs and stuff for his birthday.
Yeah.
And we watched that religiously.
Wow.
Like over and over. In our basement, this was with Thomas, but there were many times I'd catch him, like, he'd watch it so much that he was just asleep. It's 11 o'clock.
The first one or the second one?
All of them.
All of them?
Like, he'd watch the first one over and over again, and then the next he'd watch the second one over and over again, third one.
Holy shit.
And I don't know, looking at all three films, because of how many times I watched it, I just liked the vibe of the first and the third one better than the second one. I don't know if I just didn't like the setting and the whole just toy barn setting.
I feel like the Toy Story, the second one, illustrates so many elements that were better than how they did it in the third one, in talking about Andy's going to grow up someday and he's not going to play with you anymore. Where is that going to take you? And it leaves Woody, in my opinion, Woody's character is even more interesting than Buzz in the second one because of that.
Well, yeah,
he's
it's
dealing with
definitely
a
the Woody
dilemma.
movie.
He's dealing with this dilemma in his life that's like, what am I going to do? Am I going to be giving off the ego and being, shown by millions and millions of kids for the rest of eternity, or should I focus on this one child because I know deep down it's going to have a deeper connection with him, and I know that inevitably it's not going to last forever.
In my opinion, he should have just gone to Japan.
Get the fuck out of here. You missed the point of the message.
I don't know why, but recently I guess it's because I saw Lightyear, but I've just been always thinking about, like, what if you were like Al, and it's like you just had this thing in the bag, you knew you were going to make $1 million on this deal, and then all of a sudden your toys just didn't show up, and it's like, what the fuck happened to my toys?
Yeah, but they illustrated him to be lazy, he's a con or whatever.
But still, like, I get the con part, but I'm like, aside from that, it's just like, I'm pretty lazy.
How lazy are you? Are you as lazy as Al was like, oh my gosh, I gotta drive all the way to work. I gotta
Sometimes.
drive all the way to.
Well, I was literally.
Your Kingston
remember earlier-
Towers, you go downstairs. and
Remember
you-
earlier, was it you or I think I was talking to my dad and I was bitching about like, ugh, we're moving the office to the next building. I have to go outside. I gotta go all the way to work. All the way to work. Gotta take the elevator down and walk 20 seconds. Ugh.
Josh, you're literally Al,
Yeah, I know.
both in appearance and.
I will full on just drive my car to the next building just because no one's gonna come in, dude. By the way, this is our first time filming the
Yeah, this is-
podcast. I took my headphones off for a second. Is the echo bad? Viewers, let us know in the comments what you think of this new step. We're not going to do this that often just because it's a bit of a pain for you
I
guys.
love
to
this chair, Josh.
drive all the way up, and then Christian almost died today.
I love this chair, Josh. We almost died, but it's okay.
But yeah, that chair.
I can almost feel my ass. I can almost feel it.
I know that chair is shite.
Yeah, but I don't know. Toy Story 2 is my favorite. The third one, in my opinion, everyone talked about as being like this epic finale and stuff. And I'm like, I like parts of it, but I feel like it was done better in the other two movies.
Yeah, but I think that was. I'm not disagreeing with you one bit. But I think it was more Woody centralized, whereas Toy Story 3 was like everybody was like.
Fair enough. And then the fourth one,
I didn't watch the fourth one.
I did. It's my least favorite.
I saw enough reviews to be like, yeah, I shouldn't watch
Well,
this.
because like I feel like, and it got great reviews. I do love the animation of all the Toy Story films. They showed the progression of Pixar, from 1995 to like whenever Toy Story 4 came out. But I feel like,
19, I think.
yeah, the fourth one focused on Woody yet again, and it's not done as well. And it's just like, oh my God, we're doing this again. He's literally learning this lesson every single time.
I saw a video where it's just like the Toy Story 4 just started the trend of like separate the main characters at the end of the movie. Like,
Yeah.
Woody stays back with Bo Peep.
The most interesting thing about the fourth one is the spoon character.
Yeah?
Because I thought,
Forky?
I thought they were gonna go into a more philosophical
No.
concept of, look,
Dude,
I
this
read
movie's
the-
for kids,
I re-
remember?
but no, the creation of toys, like what makes a toy?
A toy.
But what makes it? Is it just like the kid's imagination,
Yeah,
or is
yeah.
it the overall structure of the object?
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna go into that, and Forky would be like, well, why am I existing like this, and why do you look like that? No, it's just a stupid runaway gag, and I get it. It's a kids' film, but I feel like kids can question similar things in different ways. Like,
Yeah.
what kids ask questions like, "Why is this, and why is that
sky
that?"
blue? Yeah.
No.
I remember I had my first like, what's the word for like when you're like thinking and you're just like, oh my God, what
Deeper
is-
questions
like
or something.
what is life? What is
Yeah.
it? There's like a moment.
We have
for
that
it.
all the time.
I had my first one when I was like 4.
yeah.
Because I remember playing Pokemon on my older brother's DS, not DS, Game Boy, and I'm like, what if I'm a video game character being played by God?
Okay.
And
Not
that was
all-
my
not
that was
all
my
qu-
first like. What is the word for that though? I can't remember the word.
I don't know, something philosophical, deeper meanings.
Please let me know in the comments.
going
'Cause it's on the
into-
tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish filming. I'm gonna be like, oh, this is the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Adoy.
But yeah, I don't know. Toy Story, I love the first two. The third one's a little overrated, and the fourth one's my least favorite. And then Lightyear, I guess where I place
I don't
that.
consider it a Toy Story movie. I consider it its own thing. 'Cause
I
it's
know, but, like,
so-
quality-wise.
Quality-wise,
Yeah.
above the fourth one, below the first 3.
Fair enough. I'd
Yeah.
probably put it on par with Toy Story 3 in terms of quality.
Because don't get me wrong, I still like Toy Story 2. They're all good films in my opinion,
Yeah.
except for Toy Story 4, which is a mid film, but I like it.
You got a friend.
I'm not
in
doing
me.
that. That's enough. That's enough time.
God damn it. All right, you know what? Just say your stupid outro, Josh.
So if you guys enjoyed this episode of the Real Talk podcast, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of this new setup. Should we film here more? Let us know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out our Patreon to support the channel, and check out our Instagram to see some of our funnier clips. All right. And with all that being said, we'll talk to you guys next time.
Peace out, y'all.